peeps, it's Anna here from Disrupt Tutoring, and as always, it's such a pleasure to join you. Today we're going to be answering a grade 8 Natural Sciences Energy and Change question taken from the Herzia Middle School November 2015 exam paper. So let's dive straight in. We've been answering question 3.3 in this exam paper, and the instruction at the top reads, electrical current can be used to separate compounds by passing current through them using a Hoffman Voltameter. The following apparatus was set up to decompose water into oxygen and hydrogen. The volume of substances in both sides were measured and recorded in a table. And the first part of the question says, provide the name for general parts C and D which are present in the setup of electrolysis investigations. Okay, C here is an anode and D is a cathode. Anode is positively charged, it's one way you can remember, and D, the negatively charged one, is the cathode. Okay, but let's go ahead and just label the rest of this apparatus real quick. 3 on this side is the oxygen. A is representative of hydrogen. This is the water that is being broken down by electrolysis. And again, like we said, C is anode and D is cathode. Okay, this will help us in answering the next part of the questions. Let's have a look. Okay, at the top there is given a table of results showing volumes of substances A and B respectively. 3.3.2 says, draw a line graph below using the information in the table. Remember to apply all the rules of drawing graphs, and important, no color. Okay, so let's start by remembering the rules of drawing graphs. You need to give your graph a title. Remember to title your axis. Also, be mindful of the legend that you're using, that it's not too small and not too big, that it represents the information you're trying to present just right. And we're told that we need to use a line graph, and it's specified don't use color. So you need to find a way to represent your lines differently, even though you're not going to be using color. Remember to label your lines or give them a key so that we know which line is representative of what. And the graph should be a good size, big enough to see, or make sure you use the graph paper provided and giving enough space for all the labels and titles and everything. So having said that, here is a line graph that can represent the information that you were given. And remember that in the table it's written A and B, but on the graph, the diagram as we started, we labeled and we said that A is what and B is what. Okay, so here we go. Here's our line graph. And this solid line is representative of hydrogen, and the dashed line is representative of oxygen. So this is one way you can show your data without having to use colored pencils. Okay, solid line and a dotted line. We've got our labeled axis here. On the y-axis is the volume of gas produced, and on the x-axis is the time in minutes, and there's our graph title at the top. All right, so there we have it. And the last part of the question says compare and contrast the line graphs. So you need to ask yourself, what similarities and differences do you see between the two graphs? And some clues that you can use is that look at the shape of the graphs, check the trend. You can also talk about how much gas is being produced. Let's go back to our graph. And we see that they both, a similarity is that the volume of gas increases over time for both hydrogen and oxygen. A difference is that there is more hydrogen that is being produced than oxygen, and the trend is that there is a general increase on both the graphs, and so on and so forth. So you check, like we said, the shape of the graph, the trend, the gas production, and you can use these keys to write a paragraph in the words that would best bring out what you want to say. All right, so that's that on this topic on the Hoffman Voltameter electrolysis of water. But before I go, allow me to just say a very big thank you to our epic sponsor for making this video possible. Be sure to read about them and more about us in the description below. Also, if you head over to our website, you'll find more of these epic tutorial videos. And if you can't find the answer to your question, Send us a question and we will respond with a personalized video just for you. Until the next time, stay epic.